The unthinkable unfolded under the blinding stage lights. BTS's Jin appeared to lose control, leaving Jungkook visibly shaken in front of thousands of fans who stood frozen in disbelief. What could have possibly triggered such a rare and dramatic moment from the eldest member of BTS, the idol known worldwide for his composure and unshakable presence? The atmosphere shifted in an instant. Fans, who had gathered with anticipation and joy, suddenly found themselves at the center of a scene that no one could have predicted. Jin, often celebrated for his calm leadership and steady voice of reassurance within the group, showed signs of breaking under the weight of emotion and pressure. Jungkook, standing nearest to him on stage, was caught completely off guard, his stunned expression magnified on the arena's massive screens. The crowd erupted, not in cheers, but in gasps and questions that demanded answers. Observers described the incident as a crack in the polished perfection that BTS has long been known for. Every movement, every expression of the members has historically been choreographed and rehearsed with precision, yet what fans witnessed was raw, unscripted, and uncontainable. Jin's sudden shift in demeanor was not part of any performance. The way Jungkook froze, eyes darting toward his hyung, confirmed the authenticity of the shock. The pressure BTS members endure is not unknown. Years of relentless schedules, overwhelming expectations, and the burden of representing not only themselves, but an entire generation of music have etched an invisible weight upon their shoulders. For Jin, who has spent over a decade embodying grace under fire, the strain may have finally broken through. The incident became not just a personal revelation, but a public display of vulnerability that few expected to see. Fan accounts quickly flooded social media platforms, each offering fragments of the moment. Some insisted they saw Jin's hands tremble before he dropped his microphone. Others claimed his voice cracked mid-sentence, sparking a ripple of unease across the arena. Jungkook's reaction became a focal point. Eyes widened, lips parted, frozen in an expression that screamed both fear and confusion. The youngest member, so often the pillar of energy, appeared momentarily paralyzed. Speculation has swirled ever since. Was it physical exhaustion? A sudden emotional overload? Or was Jin silently signaling something deeper, something the audience could only guess at but not fully grasp? Regardless of the cause, one fact remained indisputable. The moment shattered the illusion of invulnerability. Thousands of armies, who pride themselves on unwavering loyalty and empathy, responded instantly. Instead of cheering louder to cover the silence, many lowered their lightsticks, creating an atmosphere thick with collective concern. The crowd seemed to breathe as one, waiting for Jin to regain control. In that silence, Jungkook's face told a story words could not: shock, helplessness, and the silent plea of someone watching a leader stumble in real time. The symbolism of that instant cannot be overstated. BTS, often described as larger than life, were revealed as human, capable of breaking, of faltering, of collapsing under the same emotional storms that afflict us all. The contrast between Jin's faltering presence and Jungkook's stunned disbelief struck like lightning. It was a reminder that even idols, adored and immortalized, exist within fragile human frames. Security and staff reportedly moved discreetly toward the stage, uncertain whether intervention was necessary. Yet Jin, after a moment that felt like an eternity, steadied himself. He did not speak immediately, leaving the audience hanging in unbearable suspense. When he finally lifted his head, his eyes glistened under the lights, carrying the weight of unspoken battles. Jungkook remained near him, still visibly shaken, his every movement betraying his shock. What made the moment even more haunting was its contrast with BTS's history of commanding stages with flawless professionalism. Never before had such a raw display of instability been so visible. The questions it sparked cannot easily be silenced. What does it mean when the most unshakable member falters? How does it affect the youngest, who has always looked up to his Hyung for strength? Armies around the world have since dissected every frame, every angle captured by fans and broadcast screens. Jin's slight slump, Jungkook's wide eyes, the tension that spread like electricity through the crowd, it all became evidence in the search for understanding. Theories multiplied, yet no single explanation could fully satisfy the hunger for clarity. What remains clear is the unprecedented emotional charge of that night. Fans did not leave the venue talking about the setlist or the choreography. They left asking what truly happened to Jin in that instant and why Jungkook's reaction felt like a mirror of the collective shock. The moment became bigger than music. It became a symbol of fragility under unimaginable pressure. For many, the incident has deepened their bond with BTS. Instead of diminishing their image, Jin's loss of control revealed a side of him rarely seen. Vulnerable, imperfect, human. Jungkook's visible shock showed the depth of their brotherhood, a silent testament to how deeply the members rely on one another. Far from weakness, it underscored the authenticity that has always set BTS apart from others in the industry, and yet, the lingering unease remains. Will such a moment recur? Can even someone as resilient as Jin withstand the crushing expectations placed upon him? Fans now watch more carefully, their cheers layered with concern, their applause hiding silent prayers for their idols while Dash being, in the end, the question remains unanswered. What truly happened in that moment when Jin appeared to lose control? The silence that followed, Jungkook's frozen expression, and the thousands of fans left breathless. These images continue to circulate like a storm that refuses to fade. The world may never know the full story, but the impact of that instant will echo for years to come. One thing is certain. History will not remember this night for its flawless choreography or for the songs that filled the air. It will remember the split second when perfection cracked, when humanity bled through, and when Jungkook's shocked face told the truth of what words could not contain. The unthinkable unfolded under the blinding stage lights. BTS's Jin appeared to lose control, leaving Jungkook visibly shaken in front of thousands of fans who stood frozen in disbelief. What could have possibly triggered such a rare and dramatic moment from the eldest member of BTS, the idol known worldwide for his composure and unshakable presence? The atmosphere shifted in an instant. Fans, who had gathered with anticipation and joy, suddenly found themselves at the center of a scene that no one could have predicted. Jin,